After a long hot shower, I finally relaxed in bed. Just as I was drifting off, Nathan stormed into the room, eyes blazing with anger. "What the hell is wrong with you today? Is this because Bianca's been egging you on again? How many times have I told you that woman is no good? Those fancy things you bought are probably her influence too. Return them all tomorrow." 5. I was on the verge of sleep, but his rant brought me fully awake. He wanted a fight? Fine, I'd give him one. I'm spending my own money. I can buy whatever I want. Who do you think you are to control me? Bianca's got real men in her life, men you could never measure up to. And now you're jealous? Pathetic. Nathan's face twisted with anger. I knew exactly what to say to hit him where it hurt. As his wife, I knew him better than anyone. He'd always been envious of Bianca's success, trying to cozy up to her crowd, but they didn't want anything to do with him. "You're insane," Nathan spat. "Sleep it off. You're clearly out of your mind." He stormed out of the room. I laughed to myself. He probably thought his silent treatment would terrify me. Little did he know, I was relishing the freedom of being alone. The next morning, I was woken up by Carter's cries. When I checked the clock, it was already 8 a.m. Well, someone's late. I stretched luxuriously in bed, savoring the fact that I didn't have to rush out of bed to make breakfast for anyone. Carter had tripped over his toys and split his forehead open. He lay on the floor, clutching his head, wailing, expecting someone to come to his rescue. Nathan came stumbling out of the master bedroom, looking disheveled and clearly panicked by the scene. Carter ran into his arms, bawling, "Dad, I'm late. I'm going to lose points for being late." Nathan was just as unprepared, having clearly just woken up himself. He never thought I'd actually stop taking care of Carter. Seeing me standing there watching the scene, Nathan snapped. "Why are you just standing there? Go grab a band-aid. Can't you see Carter's hurt?" I yawned and glanced at them. "Oh, he's got a scar now? Too bad. Guess it's gonna leave a mark." 7. Carter was always so conscious of his appearance, and now with a gash on his forehead, he was crying like the world had ended. Nathan saw I wasn't going to help, so he started looking for the band-aids himself. After practically tearing the house apart, he still couldn't find one. Frustrated and red-faced, he shouted, "Where the hell are the band-aids? You hid them, didn't you?" I rolled my eyes. "If they're right in front of you and you can't see them, that's on you. Don't go blaming me because you're blind." Nathan was furious, looking like he might charge at me, but he quickly realized now wasn't the time because Carter was really late for school. Carter attended Maplewood Academy, a private school where the other kids were from well-off families, all used to following the rules. Being late was practically unheard of. To make matters worse, Lily Whitman, the girl Carter liked, was the class's discipline monitor. If he was late, she'd surely look down on him. Nathan hurriedly dressed Carter, who stood there looking helpless. "Where are my clothes?" Nathan asked. I barely glanced at him. Before, I'd always have freshly washed and ironed clothes neatly laid out on the sofa for him. But now, remembering all those times I tried to be the perfect wife made me want to slap myself. "They're on my face," I said sarcastically as I turned on the TV and started my morning yoga. Nathan shot me a death glare, grabbed some mismatched clothes from wherever he could find them, and with his hair a mess, dragged Carter out the door. Neither of them had eaten breakfast, and Carter's complaints about being hungry echoed down the hall as they left. Meanwhile, I leisurely ordered myself a deluxe breakfast delivery, completed my yoga session, and enjoyed my meal at a slow pace. Just as I finished, my phone started ringing. It was Ms. Valerie Harper, Carter's teacher. I let the phone ring, then hung up. Carter wasn't my problem anymore. Why should I care about his school issues? Ms. Harper was persistent though. After several missed calls, she sent a text. "Mrs. Summers, what is going on at your house today?" Carter not only arrived late, but he didn't wear his uniform. He looked filthy, like he hadn't washed his face, and what's more, he didn't even do his homework. "Is this how you raise your child? You need to come to school immediately." The shrill ring of my phone pierced the quiet of the morning, each vibration against the marble countertop feeling like a personal indictment. Ms. Harper's text was a blunt accusation, one that stung not because it was untrue, but because it laid bare the cracks in a life I tried so hard to hold together. "Is this how you raise your child?" The question hung in the air, a bitter reminder of how quickly gratitude could curdle into resentment. I deleted the message without a response, the act of swiping it from my screen feeling almost cathartic. Let them figure it out. For 7 years, I'd been the glue, mending torn uniforms, stitching together bedtime stories, wiping away tears over skinned knees and broken toys. Now, let Nathan feel the weight of a child's dependence. Let Carter learn that the world didn't revolve around his comfort. I poured myself another cup of coffee, the steam curling lazily into the sunlit kitchen. Outside, a mockingbird trilled from the maple tree, its melody a stark contrast to the chaos I knew was unfolding at Maplewood Academy. I settled into the armchair with a novel, determined to savor the silence. For once, there was no lunch to pack, no laundry to fold, no schedule to police. Just after noon, the front door slammed open with such force that the vase on the entry table rattled. Nathan stormed in, Carter trailing behind him like a shadow, his usual confident stride replaced by a shuffling gait. My son's face was streaked with tears. A makeshift bandage, nothing more than a dish towel, tangled around his forehead. His uniform was a mismatched disaster, a stained soccer jersey paired with shorts that were clearly too short, his socks so mismatched they bordered on absurd. Nathan didn't look much better. His tie was askew, his hair uncombed, and there was a suspicious stain on his shirt that looked like coffee, or possibly pancake syrup. "Are you happy now?" Nathan barked, tossing his briefcase onto the floor with a thud. The leather case hit the hardwood, popping open to spill out papers that he didn't bother to pick up. Carter was humiliated in front of the entire class. Ms. Harper pulled me aside and asked if we were going through a divorce. I arched an eyebrow, keeping my voice deliberately calm. "And what did you tell her? That I've finally decided I deserve better than being treated like a servant." Carter sniffled, his lower lip quivering. "Why didn't you help me this morning? You're supposed to take care of me." The word supposed hung between us, heavy with implication. I stood up, my tone firm but steady. "I chose to take care of this family, Carter. Every single day, I chose to get up at 5 a.m. to make your favorite pancakes, to iron your uniform so you'd look sharp for school, to sit with you for hours while you struggled with math homework. But when you both decided that my efforts were nothing more than an embarrassment, you made it clear that my choices didn't matter. So now, I'm choosing differently." Nathan scoffed, a dismissive sound that grated on my nerves. "This is just a phase, Vivian. You'll get over it and no." I interrupted, my voice cutting through the room. "This isn't a phase. This is me finally respecting myself. You two have spent years taking me for granted, assuming I'd always be here to clean up your messes, both literal and figurative. Well, the mess is yours now. Figure it out." Carter's eyes widened, tears pooling at the edges. "But Mom, I'm sorry. I didn't mean, save it," I said, turning away. "Actions have consequences, Carter. You wanted to treat me like a nanny? Fine. Nannies get paid. I don't. So from now on, you're both on your own." Nathan stepped forward, his voice laced with frustration. "Don't be ridiculous. You can't just quit being a mother." I rounded on him, fury finally boiling over. "Don't I? For 7 years, I've been the only one doing the work of a mother. Cooking, cleaning, nurturing, worrying. While you've been the fun dad, the one who swoops in with ice cream and praise, never once dealing with the reality of raising a child. Well, enjoy the reality. I'm done." Without another word, I grabbed my keys and headed for the door. Carter called after me, his voice breaking, but I didn't look back. The sun was warm on my face as I stepped outside, the door clicking shut behind me like the closing of a chapter. The next 2 days were a study in chaos. I stayed at Bianca's condo, indulging in long baths and uninterrupted sleep, while Nathan's texts grew increasingly desperate. "Carter can't find his math book. Where do you keep the fabric softener?"